I will be demonstrating the Quick MO functionality. So for the Quick MO, there will be a file that does get installed within Dynamics. Dynamics does need to be up and running to be able to process the MO transactions. Transactions can still be captured and will be logged in our logging database. And then the following day, if somebody opens up Dynamics, they can then launch the trigger to process any pending transactions. So you can still work and capture those transactions even with Dynamics not being available. So in Dynamics, there will be a feature that basically identifies the functionality to go ahead and process, and this is going to be set up on a timer. So I believe mine is set up for 2 or 3 minutes between to be checking for transactions that are pending. So I'm going to go ahead and log a transaction for you. So I'm going to go into my Quick MO transaction. I'm going to go ahead and select a item here for us to process. One of the other features, of course, will also have the ability to automatically print a label for the finished good item as well. I don't have that enabled at this point in time, but that is an option. And we will also have the ability for you to define a default bin if you're using multiple bin tracking. The default bin can be based on the item, the finished goods bin, or by item or by site. I'm going to go ahead and process a quantity of 10 in this case. And so by refreshing my logging database in our PanaTracker logging, you're going to notice that transaction logged with the timestamp, it's marked as an external status, which means it's waiting for Dynamics to capture and grab that transaction to process it, in which case it will then turn it to succeeded once that's been completed. You'll also notice when I click on this little icon, it's going to identify the component details as well, not part of the transaction to the user interface, but as part of our logging, it's going to identify all of the related components as part of that transaction data. So everything's captured there. So now in Dynamics, I'm going to go ahead and trigger this manually. So as I mentioned, once this is triggered in Dynamics, it is on a timer, and therefore there's no additional requirements for somebody to come in here and tap or click anything. So once that's been triggered, again, based on that timer, it'll be checking our logging database for the transactions to process. So now I went ahead and processed those transactions. That one transaction that I had. I'll refresh that Quick MO transaction here for us. You'll notice that it ends in 56. It's been marked as succeeded. So when I go ahead and go into my MO review screen, this is my history view. I'm going to be able to go ahead and find that Quick MO transaction of 56 that we did complete. So you can again see the details of that marked as a closed transaction. So it completed that transaction all the way through to the end. Other features that will be added for lot tracking, of course, you can capture expiration date, manufacture date, and that can also be automated behind the scenes based on different configuration logic. And we can also support collecting any of the 5 user definable fields for your lot attributes. For more information on this or any of our other PanatrackerGP inventory features and modules, please contact us.